Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Notice, gotta get the readers. Notice is hereby given that a regular meeting of the City Council of the City of Sandy Oaks, Texas, will be held on Thursday, April 28th, 2022 at 6:30 p.m. at City Hall, 22870 Priest Road, Sandy Oaks, Texas. All agenda items will be subject to action. The City of Sandy Oaks will also provide a live stream video and telephonic access to the meeting. The public will be permitted to offer public comments in person, telegraphically, or by video as provided by the agenda as permitted by the presiding officer during the meeting by signing up with the city secretary at least 15 minutes in advance of the meeting. If providing comments in person and at least 2 hours in advance of the meeting by emailing cityclerk@cityofsandyoaks.com or by calling 210-607-0834, speaking telephonically or by video. Written comments may be submitted to the city secretary up to 2 hours before the meeting by emailing cityclerk@cityofsandyoaks.com and will be provided to the city council for their consideration. A recording of the telephonic meeting will be made and will be available to the public in accordance with the Texas Public Information Act upon written request. We are called to order at 6:32. May I have a quorum call, ma'am?
Mayor Pro Tem Martinez,
Present.
Alderwoman Alvarado,
Present.
Alderwoman Martinez.
Here.
Alderman Bricken is via Zoom, Alderman Rapino,
Here.
and the city attorney and myself are present. There's a quorum present, Mayor Billings.
Thank you, ma'am. Stand with me if you would for the Pledge of Allegiance. Gentlemen, remove your hats, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, agenda item 3, citizens to be heard. Do we have anything, Ms. Ray?
No one signed up.
Okay, that's a quick action then. Agenda item 4, mayor and administrator announcements, updates. I want to just take a couple of minutes to recognize and thank Ms. Charlotte Reed for her service. Tonight will be her last official meeting as the city secretary, as she is going to retire. Prior to her most recent service, Ms. Reed served for years as secretary of the Waterwood Park Property Owners Association and served for almost 2 years as a volunteer when the city first began. Thank you, Ms. Reed. We appreciate you and we love you. She wasn't expecting that. Agenda item 5, consent agenda. All matters listed under consent agenda are considered routine by the city council of the city of Sandy Oaks and will be enacted by one motion. There will not be separate discussion of these items. If discussion is desired, that item will be removed from the consent agenda and will be considered separately.
I move that we accept the consent agenda, both items A and B, the March 24th, 2022 regular city council meeting and the April 14th, 2022 regular city council meeting.
Alderman Rapino has moved to accept the consent agenda as presented. May I have a second?
I'll second.
I have a second from Alderwoman Alvarado. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous, man. Moving right on to agenda item 6, Police Department, agenda item 6A, updates and announcements from Chief Lopez with possible discussion and or action. You have the floor, Chief.
Earlier, any announcements besides what's listed on the agenda?
Okay. Agenda item C, discuss and or possible action on the appointment compensation, B, executive session to deliberate the appointment, compensation, hours, duties, benefits, and start date for position of police officer pursuant to Texas Open Meeting Act, Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code, Section 551.074, personnel matters. As a matter of simplicity, y'all stay seated and the rest of us will meet in the mayor's office.
Let's stop the recording.
Okay,
Also at the time.
yeah.
6:36, we will remove to the executive session. Ladies and gentlemen, we're resuming a regular business meeting with agenda item 6C, discuss and or possible action on the appointment, compensation, hours, duties, benefits, and start date for the position of police officer.
Come back in the session at the time, don't we?
We resume at 6:47, regular business meeting. Yeah, I'm a simple guy, so let's break this down. Let's talk about compensation for a beginning police officer. And you guys are the brains, so somebody speak up.
Yeah, I believe officer, they said the starting pay would be 37.5.
Okay,
Correct.
Cassandra, can we take a motion on each one of these items as we go?
You could do that or combine them all.
Okay, I will recap the recommendations and ask for a motion when we get done here. Compensation, hours of duty. I'm going to say as assigned by the chief, because there will be some administrative duties as well as field training involved. Anyone want to discuss that?
I believe they said that maybe the first few weeks or so there, he'll be,
The first month, I think.
we'll be probably setting him up in the system with his uniforms, his
Yep.
schedule, everything like that.
And he'll be training with the chief for the first month.
Okay. So we will put him under the chief's jurisdiction for hours. Duties will
So
be patrol officer.
It's a sign.
Yeah.
Okay,
Scheduled to begin May 2nd.
benefits. He will receive our standard employee benefits, sick leave, paid time off, participate in the Texas Retirement Fund, and get to spend time with me. That's a benefit.
Oh, man.
Uh, So
We have to talk about after a year. Since it says 6 months here, but it's actually a year.
Probationary time would be 1 year.
And if at that time, the 1-year probation is completed, there would be an increase in salary
Mhm.
to 39,520.
Okay,
We haven't said who it is yet.
I know. Okay. So for the position of patrol officer, start time. Chief recommends May 2nd. Does anybody have an issue with that?
No,
Okay. So,
you need a motion.
well, actually, we need to,
Go back.
Chief, would you care to introduce your candidate?
Chris Maldonado is gonna be our new patrol officer for the city of San Diego.
Okay, Chris. Well, that's not that fast. First, we have to have a motion to appoint Chris Maldonado. Consider the compensation, hours, duties, benefits, and start date. I'll take one motion for all of those items.
I move that we
Appoint.
appoint Chris Maldonado and give him all of the items we discussed. As far as start date, as far as compensation, as far as
Duties.
the duties and benefits, and also his probationary period.
Okay. Alderman Rupino has made a motion to appoint Chris Maldonado as a patrol officer with the Sandy Oaks Police Department in accordance with the items we just discussed.
No, second.
I will restate them just so everybody knows. 1 year of probation, beginning salary of $37,500, annual with 1 year of probation and an increase to $39,520 at the end of probation. Hours of duty will be as assigned by the chief of police. Duties are patrol officer, and he will get the standard benefit package all of the city of Sandy Oaks employees to receive,
To commence 5/2.
starting on May 2nd, 2022.
No, second.
Do I have a second to the motion?
I second.
Okay. Motion seconded by Grace Alvarado. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That's unanimous. Congratulations, Mr. Maldonado. And agenda item 6D is administer the oath of office. We do that over here by the flag, sir.
Okay, first we need to read that and sign it. Sure we read it before.
No, that's not-
No?
Yeah, well, did you read it and then sign it?
Want your pen control?
Too important first.
There we go. You read him that.
Okay, raise your right hand, please, sir. I, Christopher Maldonado,
I, Christopher Maldonado,
do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the duties,
can you repeat that?
that I will faithfully execute the duties
That I will faithfully execute the duties
of police officer of the city of Sandy Oaks,
of police officer of the city of Sandy Oaks,
of the state of Texas,
of the state of Texas,
and will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, defend the Constitution and laws of the United States
and will to the best of my ability preserve, protect the identity of the United States
and of this state,
and of this state,
so help me God.
so help me God.
I'm right there. Congratulations, Chris.
I have it on video.
Thank you.
Overnight shift starts tonight, right?
Yeah.
So his overnight shift starts tonight?
Yeah. Okay, it's one of those nights. At 6:57, we will retire into an executive session to deliberate the promotion of Officer Castillo to corporal and related matters pursuant to Texas Open Meeting Act, Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code, Section 551.074 personnel matters. So there we go. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's 7:09. We're returning to the regular business meeting. For the moment, we're going to skip agenda item 6F and move on to agenda item G. Discuss and/or possible action on establishing classifications and positions for the police department. I wish. Okay, does everybody have their copy of City of Sandy Oaks ordinance number 22-201?
We have an extra here if you don't.
Have we all reviewed this?
Yes.
Okay. I have drank. It's not whiskey. Might be later. We'll
Yeah.
we'll hit the highlights here. Ordinance 2022-201, an ordinance of the city of Sandy Oaks, Texas, establishing classifications and positions in the Sandy Oaks Police Department, providing for appointment and qualifications, providing repealing conflicting ordinances, and providing an effective date. It's open for discussion.
We're establishing the position for corporal.
Actually, we're
It's on the bottom there.
Mhm.
It's
Establishment of classification position.
Positions can be, I think they can be something that we can have we don't have there's no chief in here. We already have a chief, but it doesn't mention it.
It says here, in addition to the chief of police, the following
Okay.
classifications and number of positions
Okay,
in each classification of San Diego Police Department are hereby created and established as follows. Police Corporal 1, Police Officer 2.
okay. So they're just leaving the other classifications, A, B, and
As
C.
is.
Not, we're not gonna fulfill that, or are we just going to keep them? What I'm confused about it, they have a zero
We're-
after those. Do we want to
We're,
make that part of the,
we're creating positions, we're not filling them, sir.
okay, that's what I'm saying. We are creating these. They are going to be standing in abeyance until we have a big enough department to,
Some of them may never be filled.
that's true, but we have the positions available should we have a
I
department
mean,
that we would be able to promote people into these positions. Is that what we're doing with this ordinance? Is what
Correct.
I'm-
Yes, sir.
Okay, now I am understanding why those positions are in here, and I am in agreement that we should do that.
Further discussion? I will entertain a motion.
Well, I move then to approve ordinance number 2022-201, an ordinance of the city of Sandy Oaks, Texas, establishing classifications and positions in the Sandy Oaks Police Department, providing for appointment and qualifications, providing for compensation, providing for severability, repealing conflicting ordinances, and providing an effective date, which I guess would be today. The 28th day of April, 2022.
Okay. The motion is to adopt ordinance number 2022-201 as presented. Effective date of April 28th, 2022.
I'll second.
Okay, I have a motion from Alderman Rapino and a second from Mayor Pro Tem Martinez. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously. Okey dokey. So with that said, we will back up to agenda item 6F. Discuss and or possible action on the promotion of Officer Castillo to corporal and related matters. Open for discussion.
I'm in favor of promoting Officer Castillo to corporal.
Okay,
I believe he has extensive experience and has worked well
yes,
with the officer. And Marshall.
and
And I'm also in favor of taking up his the compensation that the chief, are we taking up his compensation in this?
that's a related matter, sir.
Okay, then I agree with the compensation that the chief recommended. An additional $2,080 a year.
Is that what it came out to?
Yeah, $20 an hour.
Okay,
You know.
all right. Good. Just further discussion?
If I may, I'd like to increase it to $2.
Okay, so that is $4,160 a year.
That is correct.
Okay. I'm not opposed to that. If the rest of the council is in agreement.
I agree.
Well,
And the
we
mayor.
agree by having a vote. So
Right, that's what I'm saying, yeah.
any further discussion? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
Well, Mike, you made that thing, so
Sure.
make
So
the
I'll-
motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the promotion of Officer Castillo to corporal with a $2 increase in overall salary effective today, 4/28, or as soon as we could enter into the system.
And I'll second it. or you can
When's the
second it.
next payday week start?
Next week, I think. Yeah, because I quit at the end of this pay period, so it'll be next starting will be next week.
So
Have to do it.
the week starts on Monday?
Yeah.
Okay, so effective date of May
Effective, May
2nd.
2nd.
May 2nd.
Okay, restate your motion, please,
All
sir.
right, so I'll make a motion to approve the promotion of Officer Castillo to corporal with the $2 increase effective May 2nd, 2022.
I second the motion.
Okay, I have a motion from Mayor Pro Tem Martinez to promote Officer Castillo to corporal with an increase of $2 an hour effective May 2nd, 2022. It's seconded by Alderwoman Martinez. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Oh, that was
Yeah,
Gary.
Gary.
Aye,
Thank you, Gary.
yes,
Congratulations, Corporal Castillo.
Congratulations, Corporal Castillo, you definitely earned it. Like I said, you definitely made this department better. Thank you.
Okay. Ops out exposed. Let's talk about animal control. Agenda item 7, animal control 7A, updates and announcements from Animal Control Advisory Committee. Chair Debbie Martinez with possible discussion and or action. Alderwoman Martinez, you have the floor.
I sent out emails to everyone that's on our committee.
Yep.
I haven't heard a thing from any of them.
Okay,
I need volunteers. We need a big thing.
all right.
That's a common problem.
It is. Volunteers for the Animal Control Advisory Committee, like all of the city volunteers, are nominated by the governing board and voted on, but first we have to find volunteers.
Yes.
So let's reach out to the community.
I reached out to my volunteers to see if they still want to maintain doing that.
Yeah.
Or let me know if they're doing it, behind the scenes or whatever. That's fine. But as of now, no one has reached back.
Okay. How about try another email and say, please reply if you want to be involved.
I did on that one.
We
I'll do it
miss
again.
you.
I'll do it again. Yeah,
Okay,
I'll try it.
that would be my take on it.
Yeah. Attendance is usually like 1 or 2 of the same people.
Anything else, Matt?
You have a question.
Yes, sir.
So there's a lot of buzz around the city about what are we doing to remain effective and strays and so on. During those conversations, do we have any plans of action that we're trying to progress on so that way we can kind of limit or bring down our stray population?
I think that exceeds the
We're full.
what we want to discuss tonight. I would gladly invite you to an ACAC meeting and we can discuss it in that meeting.
Okay. It was more general, but all right.
Okay. Same deal. You get to drive the Zoom meeting, so,
That's what it is. That's why you're inviting me.
yeah. Okay, with no other discussion or action, let's go on to animal control. Item B, presentation of animal control officer monthly report by Officer Ellis with possible discussion and or action.
Good evening, everyone. So you have a couple reports in front of you. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the intake detail report for the month of March. We took in a total of 5 dogs, I'm sorry, 4 dogs and 1 horse, 1 American quarter horse for March. For the outcome report, we outcomed a total of 5 animals. So 1 of those we taken to the vet, 2 of those returned to owner, and then 2 more sent to rescue. You do have 2 inventory reports in front of you. One is for current today, that's in the inventory, and then the last one was the number we had on Wednesday. So they're very, very different. One is, I believe, 21 dogs, and currently we have 7. So we did get rid of 12 dogs between Wednesday and Thursday, today.
Yeah.
They all went to rescue.
Nice.
Okay.
All over the United States.
That's
So,
great.
Put them up and ship them out. Thank you, sir. Anything else for us?
No, unless you have any questions for me.
Okay, questions, discussion?
I'm curious to know how you accomplished that.
So it's actually through 2 transport companies that I work with, really the only transport companies that I've been able to work with recently. One can do 6 to 8 dogs at a time in their bus. They're completely air conditioned, completely sanitized, and they travel all around the United States, mainly northern states. So they took a husky from us, and then the other lady, she goes to Canada for the rescues up there, and we were able to transfer 9 puppies
That's
and
great.
then 2 adult dogs with her as well.
That's great. Good job. Thank you.
Don,
Okay.
question on this, the average LOS, that's the length of stay.
Yes,
So that number of 82 days is accurate? Correct. So that means we have dogs sitting here for 82 days potentially? Okay. I think that addresses some questions that I had. Thank you.
Is there any particular reason a dog would stay with us for 82 days, sir?
no particular reason. It's just kind of a combination of things. Whether they're promised to rescue and they just decline, and then promise to another rescue, that happens a lot. So it just kind of lengthens the stay of the dog.
Okay.
But other than that, no particular reason.
Okay. Anything else? Then moving right along to agenda item number 8, Public Works. Discuss under possible action on cost of repairs for the Bad Boy zero turn mower. We have an issue with the zero turn mower. It's used hard and often. To return it to service, this is the cost. Any discussion?
No, I'll make a motion to approve the invoice for not to exceed $700 to Hill Country Tractor LLC number 1.
Second,
Okay, I have a motion for Mayor Pro Tem Martinez to approve the repairs to the Bad Boy zero turn mower not to exceed $700, and a second by Alderman Rufino. All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Okay, that passes unanimously.
Mhm.
Agenda item number 9, Parks and Recreation. Updates and announcements from Park Advisory Committee Chair Tom Rubino with possible discussion and or action.
Well, we are having a meeting, the coming Tuesday, I believe it is, May 3rd.
Yep.
And, soon to be coming, I hope, will be the, construction of the exercise area and adjacent to the, community center. The mayor and I got an email from the people that are constructing the exercise equipment, which will be in place there. I believe there will be 9 exercise pieces of exercise equipment in place there.
Yep.
And we will cover part of that area with crushed granite, which once we get the signal that it will be delivered, we will order that crushed granite, or the mayor will, and when they will finish that area so that it can be in, the equipment can be put in the ground. We are still trying to get the butterfly area prepared, plants, but we have time constraints and also, as I said, volunteer constraints. So we'll continue to try and make that happen. Spring is here and we want to get those plants in so that we can take advantage of the growth season. Also, this will be the month when we will get word of whether we are qualified for any of the AARP grants. And I'm hoping that that happens. If we do, it'll be thanks to the mayor who applied for all those grants for us. And that's all I have.
Okay,
You're just needing labor to get that butterfly garden off the ground?
Yeah,
Volunteers.
and, you know, myself, the mayor, and some of the other parks committee people were down there the Saturday before last, but we found out that the ground was too hard for shovels. The areas of the beds that we were trying to dig up, I don't know, there must be clay under there that it's tough, and we just gave up trying to dig it up. So, and Charles was going to get his tiller, but it's broken.
I'm repairing my tiller so we can attack the ground.
On top of that.
Okay,
Yeah, and Graves was there too. Yeah, I'm sorry.
okay. Thank you so much, Alderman Rupino. Let's move on to agenda item number 10, new business. Agenda item 10A, discuss and or possible action on approving ordinance 2022-200, amending ordinance 2022-198, make changes to position of animal control officer. Basically, the changes to the ordinance are to put the animal control officer under the direction of the police chief. It's hard to say we have an animal control department when we have only one animal control officer. Generally speaking, in small town Texas, animal control officers work under the direction of the chief of police. It's lacking a department, lacking a city administrator. The chief is willing to oversee the operation. Open for discussion. Amendments, if you so desire.
feel it's a good idea. That way he has more direction and he reports to someone.
Okay, yep,
I have a question on section 8,
section 8.
the removal. Which is says the removal is effective only with 2/3 of the elected aldermen, but that's only two. The rest of us, so they're appointed. Should we strike the word elected?
Okay, but give me the,
Section 8,
And the last
yeah,
page.
A or B?
B.
B,
Mhm. The last sentence.
if the city council lacks confidence in the animal control officer, the council may remove the officer at any time. The removal is effective only if 2/3 of the elected aldermen vote in favor of resolution declaring the lack of confidence. And your desire is to strike elected.
Yeah, because 3 of us are appointed. It'll only be Tom and
Well,
Terry.
And I'll,
And I don't want to be split.
I would agree that you have a very valid point, man. So the main motion is adopting it. You wish to make a motion to amend by striking the word
Elected.
elected in section 8, paragraph B.
Yes.
Just for reference, Mayor, that language is taken from chapter 22 of the local government code under removal, but the ordinance strike that particular word. But it's in conformance, it's.
It correlates.
with Chapter 22, which is the removal of officers and attack the city.
So we wouldn't have any issues with any of the 3 that have been appointed.
So I
voting.
see how that, I think the intent is the official, or being the governing body, but just to make that clarification, the ordinance itself can include
Maybe say
2/3 of
elected or appointed.
or appointed or.
Yeah.
So
It has a word and or appointed.
it's understood more or less.
I think
Yeah.
it's just, it's.
I just feel that, because you know how
Positions.
somebody,
Oh,
some
yeah.
people
Okay,
get.
so it really wouldn't matter. for-
So if you have someone in that position,
Yeah,
it covers it.
So
Should we amend or not?
do we need to,
Shall we amend by adding elected or appointed aldermen?
that's good.
Just to make it clear.
Yes.
Okay, I'd entertain a motion.
Okay.
Debbie,
I move we accept ordinance number 20.
Ma'am.
yeah, man.
We have an
Yeah, sorry.
amendment we have to,
Amendment Ordinance 2022-200 with the changes that are already made in addition to section 8, paragraph B, add the word elected or appointed alderman.
okay? I have a motion to amend that's 2022-200, section 8, paragraph B,
I'll second it.
the removal is effective only if 2/3 of the elected and insert the phrase or appointed alderman
Yes.
vote in favor of a resolution declaring lack of confidence. Alderwoman Martinez made the motion. Alderman Rapino seconded the motion. All in favor of amending?
Senator Alvarado? Did you?
It was repeated.
It was repeated? Okay, making sure.
All in favor of amending the ordinance, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, with the ordinance will be amended to insert the phrase or appointed in section 8, paragraph B. Any other discussion or amendments?
We have to approve it, don't we? We need a motion. to
If
approve.
if there's no other discussion, I would entertain a motion to regarding ordinance 2022-200.
Okay, I'll move that we approve ordinance number
Adopt,
20,
sir. I'm sorry.
adopt ordinance 2022-200 as amended.
Okay, the motion is to adopt ordinance number 2022-200 as amended.
Second.
Everybody,
Alvarado,
everybody wants it.
Who raised their hand fastest? Yeah. I have a motion by Alderman Rapino and a second by Alderwoman Alvarado. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, that passes unanimously. Agenda item 10B, discuss and or possible action on accepting an application and appointing the new members to the Citizen Complaint Review Board. We have an application. And Chief, did we do the background check?
No, I guess I can get it done tomorrow. It's not gonna-
Okay. I don't think we can address this until we get the background check back. And I'm very sorry to say that because it is what it is. So I would like to postpone item 10B to our next regular business session, ma'am. Okay. All right, agenda item, and I'm terribly sorry. Agenda item 10C, discuss and or possible action on replacing Ms. Rabe on the Citizen Complaint Review Board. Ms. Rabe, in addition to other duties, volunteered to be the city employee representative on the Citizen Complaint Review Board. As she is resigning to retire, she'll no longer be eligible for that position. Mr. Ellis, would you entertain the idea of being the city employee on the Citizen Complaint Review Board? Sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'd like to nominate Dalton Ellis to be the city employee member of the Citizen Complaint Review Board.
I'll second the nomination.
No, I didn't nominate, sir.
I said-
You have to nominate. I'm
Oh, I
just,
thought you said you'd like, oh,
No,
you
I-
would like a
Putting him in-
nomination.
I'd like to
Okay.
nominate. him.
Okay, I nominate Dalton Ellis to be the, to replace Mrs. Rabe as the, to replace Mrs. Rabe on the Citizen Complaint Review Board.
Okay, the nomination by Alderman Rapino is to
Nominee.
replace Mrs. Rabe on the Citizen Complaint Review Board with Dalton Ellis, our Animal Control Officer.
A second.
what if I have
What?
another nomination?
Then we may stop to discuss that, sir.
Well, I'd like to
But
know.
actually,
We have to vote on it first. Well,
once the nomination's made,
if there's
it's a
no
vote
second,
up or a vote down, and if
there was-
if the council is not in favor of that nomination, then we look for a second nomination.
Did
Okay.
anybody second that nomination?
No, you're
yet.
nominating, we don't need a
Oh,
second.
Okay,
Okay. Alderman Rapino has nominated Dalton Ellis to replace Charlotte Rabe on the Citizen Complaint Review Board. All in favor, say aye.
aye.
Opposed? Congratulations, Mr. Ellis. In additional to your other duties, you're now a member of the Citizen Complaint Review Board again.
That's right, he was before.
With that done, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second,
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
At 7:41.
At 7:41, we stand adjourned. Thank